All right, so we're gonna do longest on top, and then we'll leave a little bit on the side so it's not like shaved. And then you want to taper it down here and on the back, like that picture? Mm-hmm. All right. How do you do with brushing it out? You guys, sensitive head? I need to be gentle? Okay. All right, so I decided I was just gonna come in and cut some of this hair off. I didn't want to try to comb through it and kind of pull on his hair. His mom said something about maybe some sensory issues or that he doesn't really love haircuts and it's kind of uncomfortable for him. So I wanted to make sure that it was as comfortable as possible. So this is gonna allow me to get some of those tangles out, then we can wet his hair and go ahead and comb through it. And before you guys start to comment, I know he looks miserable the whole time, but his grandmother was with him and she said that he was super mad that she made him change out of his pajamas to come get a haircut. So I asked him 2, 3, 4 times before we cut his hair if he was sure, and he wasn't mad about getting his hair cut, and he said he wasn't. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set a foundation around the sides. We're just gonna set a length, and the clipper work is gonna tie in right underneath that, and then the top will tie into that first foundation that we set. And this is the DFS formula. This is what I use on most of my videos. If you guys wanna check it out, you can go to dfsformula.com, and I do have a 15% off code, Sean15. Once the foundation is set, we'll just take the top, split it down the middle, and I'm gonna bring that out to each side and connect it into that first foundation. Now because we took it to each side, we will have a peak left in the middle that we're gonna take off. I'm gonna do it by point cutting. You guys can cut it straight across if you want, but that's gonna be our guide. We're gonna work from back to front until the top is all cut down, and then we'll move on to the sides. Now I went ahead and knocked some of the moisture off the hair because I want my clipper work to tie right in, and he did kind of want more of that heavier blowout look. So you're gonna see I'm not gonna go through that length, that weight line and blend it in, but I'm just gonna take my number 4 right up underneath it. We're gonna count on that hair curling up and kind of sitting up on top when we get all finished. I'm gonna move on and do my standard taper steps. We're gonna punch in our ball guideline, scoop out all the hair underneath. These are my black FX trimmers, my absolute favorite trimmers. And then we'll use the shaver underneath. I don't think I showed that, but now I'm gonna come in immediately and set my open section. Then we'll close the clipper up at the bottom, halfway open in the middle, and we can move on to our next guard. Now we'll come in with an open 1. We're gonna go up about another 1/2 inch, set our open guideline. Then we can go ahead and close up the 1 and work on that line below it. If there's anything left behind, we'll come in with our half guard halfway open and get that out before we move on. Now we started with a 4, so I'm gonna work my way down with a 3, then a 2, and finally a 1.5 to tie everything together. Now we've got all the way back down to the open 1. I'm just gonna use this to refine it, make sure it's nice and neat. Before we move on, we'll go ahead and line this up and we can move on to the back and the other side.
Now we're gonna move on to the other side. We'll do the same exact steps so you guys can follow along. And real quick, I wanna tell you guys, if anybody is anywhere nearby and wants to come get a transformation haircut from me, I am always looking for transformations. I'll put you on the YouTube channel. We can do whatever type of cut you wanna do. If you give me creative freedom, that is even better. And it will be absolutely free. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys, if you look super crazy, I will even pay you guys $50 to come get a transformation done. If you got super long hair, or if you got locks you want to take off, whatever it might be, hit me up, leave me a comment down below, hit me up on Instagram at Seancutshair, and come through and we'll put you on the channel. Now we're gonna work on the lineup around the ears. I'm just gonna start at the bottom. The first area, I can get a nice sharp line going straight up, down the back of the neck, straight up, down the back of the neck. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then once we get to the top, I like to put my middle finger against his face so that I can pivot that trimmer around in a nice, perfect circle. And we already kind of started that when we were doing the front lineup, so there is part of that there. We'll just kind of refine that, and then we can move on, do the same thing on the other side. Then I'm gonna go ahead and re-wet his hair and style it, see how curly we can make it, and you guys can check out the finished product. All right, so you can see I re-wet his hair, then I applied some Statement grooming spray and some Statement curl cream. We're gonna come in with the Babyliss Pro Nano Titanium super high speed dryer, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring the curls back out. You guys can check out the finished style. All right, so there you guys can see the before, super long, down past his shoulders, and that's even with it curled up. So it was even longer than that to begin with. And there's our finished product. Nice little curly, messy top with a taper on the sides. Like I said, guys, he looked like he was miserable the whole time, but his mom did reach out later and let me know that he loved the haircut, she loved the haircut, and he was just mad at grandma. So I think we've all been through that. But you guys let me know down below in the comments what you guys think of the haircut. Make sure you smash that thumbs up if you do like it. Hit me up if you want to come get a haircut from me, especially if it's a transformation. And make sure you guys are subscribed. We're pushing to 150K. So subscribe if you're not already. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I will catch you guys on the next video.